Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a very interesting matchup. This is the 1979-80 season of Fast Break Basketball by Jim Mickey. And I've got two teams here that are going different directions. The Celtics of Boston in 1980, Larry Bird's rookie year, went 61-21, an improvement of over 30 games, 32 games to be exact, from the prior season, thanks to a rookie named Larry Bird, facing off against the Houston Rockets, who have been undergoing an experiment. In 78-79, they acquired a forward named Rick Barry, who had been a multi-time All-Star in both the NBA and the ABA. Greatest foul shooter ever. Great passing forward. Basically, today we've got a changing of the guard between the maybe the earliest of what you could call the point forward. Rick Barry was one of the first guys with the 75 Warriors, and a little beyond that, a little before that, to he made the assist leaders every year, always led the Warriors in assists, and basically directed the offense from the small forward position. Larry Bird is just a natural-born great playmaker and passer, and so this is Rick Barry's last season. This is Larry Bird's first season, so Larry's going to be in pretty good shape. He was he was I believe Rookie of the Year, and so I keep thinking he played with the same year as Magic, and he had a fantastic rookie year, improved the Celtics immensely. This is the last true playing season for Dave Cowens in the pivot. He did come back 2 or 3 years later with the Milwaukee Bucks. I kind of ignore that year. He was not. He did okay, considering he'd been away from the game. But this is really Dave Cowens' last true playing at his peak potential year. And he's going to be facing off against Moses Malone. My biggest issue with this lineup is this 41-41 Rockets team, which actually this team got defeated 4-0 in the playoffs. This Rockets team faced off against another 41-41 team, the San Antonio Spurs, and beat them in a short series, 2-1. But then they ran into the Celtics, and they couldn't defend themselves at all. And what I'm trying to figure out for this particular game is, you can see there's a hole at the strong forward slot, where I've got Larry Bird defending as the defensive rebounder, better defensive rebounder than Maxwell, so I've got him at the top there. Maxwell, a much better offensive rebounder and inside scorer, at least at this stage of their careers. So I'm trying to figure out who's going to face off against Larry Bird, and the Rockets have plenty of options, because I'm going to play Rick Barry, my favorite player of all time. They got guys like Robert Reed here, who actually had a breakout year. He averaged about 13 a game. Not a super rebounder. His rebound ratings are 12 on the defense, 11 on the offense. Still going to struggle against Larry Bird and Maxwell, the combination at that forward spot rebounding. I know I've got the league's leading rebounder in Moses Malone, so I will grab some boards no matter what. Rick Barry's somewhat worthless on the boards at this stage of his career. He might grab a rebound off a Bird if he's lucky at either end of the court. Barry's not going to grab the offensive rebound on Maxwell unless a miracle occurs. I got Rudy Tomjanovich, the lifetime Rocket, started in the 1970 or so. And Rudy, 31 years old, missed 20 games, average defender, not a great defensive rebounder either, worse than Robert Reed, one better on the offensive boards. Then I started looking at options. They acquired Billy Pultz in a trade. Rockets had gotten John Shoemate from Detroit for just for the heck of it, and they only played Shoemate with the Rockets for half a dozen games, barely. Del Harris didn't want to go with him. Traded him to the Spurs and got Billy Pultz. So as you can see, he's a fair to poor defender. I don't know what I'm going to do. He's not going to defend Maxwell very well, but Maxwell at least is not the key offensive cog. They're going to go to Larry Bird. Maxwell may be the third option most of the time. And then you've got his defensive center's fair to average, but I got to slide him down to forward. The board work is better, 14-13. He shoots reasonably well, misses a lot of free throws, but he doesn't get to the line all that often. But he can actually grab some boards. He's a fair to poor defender, though, so I'm stuck there. And then I've got the fourth option, Major Jones, who doesn't shoot much, rebounds slightly better than some, good offensive rebounder, average defensive rebounder. And he plays above average defense, played every single game. Paul's played 37 games. Actually started a couple playoff games as Del Harris went to the pounded into Moses Malone mode. Kind of ticked me off because even though I'm not from Houston, I was rooted for Rick Barry, and he came to the Rockets, and Del Harris just basically said, okay, Tom Janovich and Barry, you're getting too old. Barry is 35 years old. And those guys started playing less and less and less as the season progressed. So I'm going to have to come back and come up with a decision, and we'll see how it works out. All right, Coach Harris has made his decision. I'm going to go with the big guy. I'm going to go with Billy Pultz. Billy's not going to necessarily get the ball too much. He will grab some boards, though, and keep that rebounding difference a little bit closer to the Rockets' favor. Celtics, you really can't go wrong with the players they've got. Tom Janovich was my second choice. I almost started him. He is the alternate trigger man for the second half of the first quarter, so maybe we'll just give Pultz a breather after 6 minutes, put in Rudy T and see what happens. Billy's not too much of a liability on offense. That's the reason I think I'm keeping him, picking an offensive rebound here and there. Maybe you can put back a couple of shots. So anyway, as I said, Rockets 41-41, won in the first round against the Spurs 2-1, lost to the Boston Celtics 4-0, and so I'm a little worried this game could be a blowout. The last game I think was 138-121 in Game 4. As I reveal the fast break cards here, and Rick Barry had 15 points in his final game of his NBA career, believe it or not, after not playing much in many of the other playoff games. But I think the game was already decided. It was garbage time, and let's get Rick in there, see if he can knock down a three-pointer. That's the other thing about this game. This is the first year the NBA instituted the three-point shot. And so fast break, Jim Mickey had special rules for that first year of the three-point shot. I'm going to do a little demonstration. You look at one of these cards, and you'll see that there's a three-point attempt, Class AAA, and Class 1 if appropriate. Class 1 mostly refers to the last minute of a game. You're down by more than a certain amount of points, and a player has just minimal three-point shots taken on the year. That's when you go to that player. And there's a whole little set of rules. But generally during a game, say I have a forward P column and it's Rick Barry. Let's say Rick's got the ball, and Rick Barry was second in the league in three-point attempts during this initial year. Believe it or not, in his final season, he made about 70 of 220 shots, only 33%, was about 8th in the league in percentage for qualifiers who made at least 25. No one was taking three-pointers in 1980 besides of elite few players, and Rick Barry was one of them. He was kind of a designated three-point shooter when the game was out of reach maybe and they wanted to rally. But anyway, in this particular case, Class AAA, Rick is one of the few Class AAAs in the league. So what you would do is Rick has a 2-9 rating on there, so you'd roll the dice, and I got a 10. So he does not take a three-pointer. He just takes a two-pointer, and I roll again on his P column, and 6 is a miss. So that'd be very disheartening if I actually just did that during a game. But it has to be the player with the ball. You got to check his three-point rating. I'll be looking at this three-point attempt thing every time it comes up. It's not on every card, but it's on many cards. So anyway, that's just the way that's going. Another thing I wanted to note, when I did a recent fast break video after visiting Rochelle, Illinois, I came back with a few gifts from Illinois, and one of them was a nice, fresh game board here. As you can tell, this game board is in pretty good condition. It's basically new to me, but it's probably 30-something years old. This game board came with these little dots on each side of the board. Here's the clock. This is actually the head-to-head board, but it's prettier than the solitaire board, so that's the way I play it this way. Makes the footprint slightly bigger. One of the things about Fast Break, it's going to have a slightly bigger footprint than some of the other games because it's got individual defensive cards, and you can play forward against, I was doing height matchups, 6'3 versus 6'5, 6'1 versus 5'10, Calvin Murphy. I just like to do that. Otherwise, you're doing matchups for rebounding, the higher offensive rebounder typically is your strong forward. And, of course, your centers match up here. Moses is incredible, 26 on the offensive glass. But what I was going to say, originally, when I got my first fast break, there were little cardboard. These were much greener, but they're little cardboard discs, similar to what you'd see in Stratomatic or something. And you put them on the board, and you can keep track of your score manually if you'd like. So say Barry makes a 2, you put it up there, and you got 2 points, 4 points, get up to 10, put it back down. So anyway, that's just... that's the way it was. Those are original discs. That's why they're so faded. I don't think I've got all 6 that I need for the game, or 7. Used to put 1 for the timer, 1 for the team fouls, and 2 for the score. So I'm not in that position. I don't think I have those anywhere. I think I've only got 3 or 4 of them. So that's what those are all about. But anyway, other than that 3-point rule, they have triggerman summaries, as I noted earlier. Who gets the ball the most? There's an alternate triggerman side and a triggerman side. And they were printed on these little small per 48-minute statistic sheets. One of our biggest fast break fans, Michelle, came up with a template where he made his own little triggerman summaries so we can see them in a little bigger type. So now I can read them. And as you can see, Rick Barry, second half of the second quarter, first half of the fourth quarter, I'll definitely be playing him there. So anyway, I'm just hoping for a competitive game. I got Houston at home, but they got swept in the real playoffs, so if Boston ends up winning this by 20 points, it's not going to be a shock or a surprise. Quick look at the John Shoemate card. He had a cup of tea in Detroit, then he went to Houston, and I could have played this guy with fair defense, but boy, he draws a lot of fouls on that pattern play column. He also couldn't play fair defense at the forward slot. So he might have been a slight upgrade over Billy Paultz because he actually makes some free throws a little bit better. But too bad he went to the Spurs, and he actually started against the Rockets in the playoffs where they got beat 2-1. Those short series, boy, those are just murder on teams because those teams were very evenly matched. And Spurs had George Gervin, but they went through some management issues. I think Doug Moe was fired after 66 games. They were 33-33. And GM Bob Bass took over as coach, and he was always just like Moe, a run and gun. Defense is secondary, and of course, I think he went 8-8 to end the season. So both the Rockets and the Spurs finished 41-41 and ended up facing off in the playoffs in 3-game series. Rockets, I think, put them away with a huge scoring output in the game 3. So anyway, that's the way it goes, and we're going to play some basketball here. And first, you look at the JB +3, JB +2 for Cowens. And Cowens, you add that. 2 + 6 is 8. And so it looks like the Celtics have the ball first. Let's move this thing along. And the ball's going to go, just trying to keep the glare off this scoreboard a little bit. The ball is going to go to the great Dave Cowens, Hall of Famer, P column, and we got a 9. And a 9's a miss for Dave. A rebound. And this is a fresh 37-year-old fresh deck of player determination cards with those special designations for the three-point shot. Very rare, not available at about 5 years after they ran out of those decks. So rebound playmakers battle. And so here we got Archibald versus Murph. And I can only get it with a 3 because a 4 is at 0. So Murphy, 6 at 0. Look at tiny Archibald with the offensive rebound. And unless it instructs, you do not go directly up in fast break here. Keep the ball in play. Oh, I guess I didn't turn the clock on every regular play of the cards, so got to remember to do that. Strong forward defense. I've been playing a lot of games with hoops without a clock, so now I'm going to make the transition back, but hoops and fast break are very similar in many different ways. And here's what I was worried about. Maxwell's on Paultz, and a 7 right off the bat, and that's going to be a basket for Cedric, who's going to take advantage of the aging Billy Paultz, assisted by Cowens. And the Celtics get on the board first. Playmaker Henderson. Now, they acquired Tom Henderson in a trade, and I was going to start him or Alan Level. I think Alan Level started many games, but it turned out height-wise, Alan's only 6'1", and I have 5'10" Calvin Murphy. I'm like, I need a little better, taller guy, and Henderson was a starter in many of the games. So let's see what happens here. And that's an 8. That's a miss by Henderson. So my game plans for Houston are failing a little bit. Rebound, Larry Bird. Fast break opportunity, right lane. And that's a 4. That's not a great fast break card. 4 and 6 through 8, no outlet pass. But, you know, the Celtics, they can score in many ways. Ball goes into Max. Here he goes. There's a 10. Scores. Cedric Maxwell. And assist again to Dave Cowens. They're running the play. Well, I had just collated those cards a while back. I did shuffle them. I hope the cards aren't too repetitive this first game. We'll keep shuffling. Strong forward defense. That's Billy the Whopper Pulse over Bird. That's a 9. We're going to go on Dave Cowens' card now. It's defensive center. That's a 10. Blocked by Cowens. The Whopper. Welcome to the ball game. We'll do a rebounding of the block shots. And let's go Cowens here. 1. 4. I think that's offensive rebound. Ball knocked out of bounds. No, offensive strong forward on the rebounding block shots chart. So Billy Pulse gets his own board back. Hands it off to Murph. Little Calvin Murphy scores 6 on the P column. And assist Rick Barry 1 to 8. So Rick makes a small contribution. And there you go. It's 4 to 2. Ball goes to Chris Ford, who allegedly made the first 3-point shot in NBA history. Those who disagree say it was Kevin Greavy of Washington. They had a game roughly at the same time. No one's exactly sure. We need a scientist to figure that one out. Guard P. Oh, class AAA or higher. What is Ford? Ford's only a AA, so he's not going to shoot it. So guard P, column 9. Basket by Chris Ford. Center 6, nope. And the Celtics off to a good start, shooting 75%. Murphy over Archibald, 9, no good. Rebound. These cards are so new, I can barely turn them. They're so nice. Tip chart. 10. Tip in, offensive strong forward. Billy Pulse making his presence felt. A little lucky there. And it is 6 to 4. Even the scoreboard's malfunctioning. These cards don't have the normal slip. They are so new. Here comes the Triggerman, Defender's card. Triggerman, still in the first 2 minutes. Maxwell over Pulse. 6. That's a pass. So Pulse at least holds him at bay. Alternate Triggerman, Defender's card. That's Cowens over the above average defense of Malone. Every player is rated for defense. That's a 6. Missed by Dave. 0 for 2 for Cowens. Rebound offensive center 12. Defensive strong forward 13 plus a die. And it pays off a little bit for me at least as Pulse secures that rebound. It would have been tough for Tom Janovich. He would need to roll that die. Ball goes to Murph, class AA. No, he's a single A, 3 to 4. So Murphy, 7, no good. Let's see if Moses can get up there and corral that. Yep, he does. Let's just roll this one die. 2, so that's be 28 to 14, double. Offensive rebound as instructed on the card. An offensive rebound shot is going to happen here. So you move the clock. Moses uses RG column. Going in. 5. Offensive foul. Foul number 1 on Moses. The Rockets needed that shot. Here comes the Triggerman. Now we're outside of that 2-minute windows. We're at Larry Bird time, the rookie. That's a 6, no good. Rick Barry just wants to Hold him in check. Keep him below his season average. Rebound guards battle and +1 for the offensive guard. Chris Ford, offensive rebound. So the guards have each got an offensive rebound, and he's going up for a shot on the RG column as well. 5. Turnover steal. Ford can't hit on the offensive boards either. Steal by Henderson. Comes Houston, try to tie it up. Strong forward. He has no class for threes. You always got to check. Pulse at the ball, goes in. 5, pass. Hands it off to playmaker, class A or higher. Henderson's not a 3-ball shooter. 6, assist. Tom Henderson. If that would have been a pass, that would have been a 24-second violation. And that's one thing I would have really worried about. The basket goes to the 7. That is the forward. That is Rick Barry's first 2 of the game. And we're all tied at 6. Yeah, 2 plays, except in the final minute, where it's down to 8 seconds. That is a 24-second violation. Ball goes to Bird. Bird goes up. That's an 8. And he's Class A or higher. Oh, Class A, 2 to 12. Yes, I roll an 8. So now we get to use the 3-point column here. Bird for 3. 11. It's good. 3-ball. Home run, Larry Bird. I'm glad I noticed that. I just about missed it. Assist Cowens. 3 assists for Dave, and it's 9 to 6. I think Rick Barry needs a retaliation 3-pointer right here. And I just called it. Double A or better. Yep, he's triple A. Got to roll 2 to 9, though. 7. Barry comes back right in face of Maxwell. 6. No, misses the 3. But he did try it. I think got a lot of forward cards in a row there. Rebound, Cowens. Left lane. 6. Held up. No outlet. You can see it right there. Triggerman defender's card. What have we got? It's going to be the Birdman. Over Barry, though. And Barry's card forces a pass. Goes the alternate Triggerman. That is Big Dave Cowens over Malone. 8, no good. Malone playing some all-world defense for above average. Rebound. Playmakers battle. I need a 3 again. 2. Nate Archibald is Moses Malone against little Calvin Murphy, apparently. And we've got ourselves a playmaker defender's card. Murphy defending. 8 goes into Malone. Archibald versus Malone. 4, he's got it. Tiny drives down on the big man and scores. It's now 11-6 Celtics. Once again, the rebounding is a factor. 5 to 4 Celtics, but a lot of offensive rebounds. Malone over Cowens. 6, he scores. Very good defense by Dave Cowens. And great play by Moses over Dave Cowens. Forward defense, Bird over Barry. 7. No good by Larry. Rebound. Larry Bird easily over Rick. Another offensive rebound. Backs in. Goes up. 6. Scores and is fouled. Larry Bird. Not a bad rookie. I think he'll make it in this league. Foul's going to be on the random question mark. 8 is the guard, Tom Henderson. First team foul. 1 shot for Larry Joe. 7 is good. And Larry has 2 3-point plays. 1 a bomb and 1 a basket and foul. Triggerman. Moses the whole quarter. 6 on the P column. Good. Moses 4 points now. 14 to 10. Ball goes the Triggerman. Who is it for Boston? Larry. Larry goes up. 9. Good. Larry Bird. Barry's not stopping Larry so far, but Larry's doing a lot of it on his own. Center. P column. There's no 3-point attempts being taken here. 6 good. Moses Malone pops it in. Assist Rick Barry. All right. 16 to 12. Forward defense. Bird over Barry. 6 pass. Barry playing some pretty good defense so far. Forward class 1 if appropriate. No. Bird 6, no good. I think he did about 473 on the year. Not a bad rookie start. Rebound. Offensive strong forward, 2 dice, and Cedric Maxwell. First rebound of the game. Still stuck together, these new old cards. Cowens, P column. Here he goes. Here's a 10. Assist, Dave Cowens. 4 assists for Dave. 18 to 12. Who's going to get that bucket? Playmaker, Tiny Archibald, his 4th point. Celtics shooting 57%. Rockets 54.5. Coming upon the midway point of quarter number 1. 5:52. 5:52. It would have been Murphy, but it's actually going to be Malone because it's 5:52. Moses scores out of 6 again. I got the 6th drill, and he's 4 for 4. It's 18 to 14. Rick Barry with his 3rd assist. And the Rockets are at least keeping up offensively with Boston. Alrighty, Del Harris went to his bench. Birdie Tomjanovich, the new alternate trigger man, comes in. Otherwise, it would have been Malone, which probably would have been okay too. But we're going to give it to the Rudy T, who can shoot the rock. Ball goes to Boston, and the trigger man is going to be Larry Bird. Alternate will be Tiny Archibald. Bird over Barry again. A lot of defensive cards. That's a 6. That's another pass. Barry doing the deny defense. Cowens on the shot. 7. No good. Dave is not hitting. Now 0 for 4. Defensive rebound battle between the strong forward and center. And unless Rudy gets a 5 or 6, and he does, Rudy T, he's showing he's up for the game. He used to be a pretty reliable rebounder, but he's just gotten a little bit older here. Trigger man, Moses Malone. 3. Basket 3 to 5. Whoa. Nope. So Moses is a human being after all and misses his first shot. Rebound. Forwards battle, and that is Cedric Maxwell easily corralling that rebound. All right, Celtics continue on. Strong forward defense. Maxwell over Rudy T. 8, it's good. Maxwell's just taking advantage of every defender the Rockets throw out there. Assisted by Cowens again. Dave Cowens, have a day. 5 assists. He's only assist rating 1 to 5. That's usually assists per 48 minutes, so the Celtic magic is working offensively. Playmaker. Henderson class 0, no problem there. P column for Tom Henderson, 5. Might have to get level in there. That's a pass. Goes to the triggerman. That's Mo. Moses over Cowens, 7. Pass, 24-second violation. Houston Rockets. That's the only problem with having a guy that passes a lot. You don't want too many of those guys in your lineup. Strong forward. No class for 3s. Big Maxwell, 3. Assist. Cedric Maxwell generating offense. 22-14. Points go to the center, Dave Cowens. He needed that. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make that change. Let's get out on level of the game. All right, Houston's finding themselves down at home by 8. Let's see what the Rockets can generate offensively to keep up with the pace of the Celtics. Guard is Calvin Murphy, 11. No good. They need Murph to have a good game. It can't be all Moses. Rebound Moses. Get that back in. Go up on the RG, move clock. 7. Scores foul. Dave Cowens first. Good basket by Moses Malone. It's now 22-16. He's going to have a free throw. It's only the first foul for the Celtics all game, so Moses usually draws a lot of fouls on his own. You can notice the 7 and the 9. 1 free throw. It's everything but that 5 and 7. And he missed it. Rebounding free throw chart. A 9, that's usually the center. And I'll just show that off for once. Rebounding his free throws. 9 defensive center, so that gives Cowens a board. Ball goes to Dave, the veteran. 10 assists. Cowens is a passing wizard this game. He's got 6 assists. I wonder what his season high was that year. Basket's going to go to the power forward Maxwell, who's 4 for 4. And the offense is clicking for Boston. It's a beautiful thing. Guard. Murphy, single A. I got to roll a 3 to 4 to get a 3-point shot. And even then, he can't make one to save his life probably. But no, it's an 8. So now we got to roll again. That 8 would have made a 2-pointer there, but let's check it out. 7, no good by Murph. Tough break for Murphy. Rebound. Strong forward, Larry Bird. That's 2 rebounds for Larry. Celtics are only shooting 61%. Here comes the guard. Class 1, no. Ford goes up, no. Rebound, Cowens. He's going to do his best Moses and go right back up. That's a 10. Traveled with the ball. RG column right there. 3 minutes on the clock. Moses with the ball. He's going to keep pounding into Mo. Keep rolling that 6. 2-pointer. Moses Malone. Assist Calvin Murphy. No. 1 to 7. He's a 1 to 6. So Moses makes it 24-18. Good game going for Mo. That's 12 points. He averaged 25-8. Did even more in 81 and 82 offensively. Here comes the playmaker. Tiny. 6, that's a pass. Gives it off to Cedric Maxwell. That wasn't a 3-point thing, was it? No, okay. Maxwell doesn't shoot threes. He knows where the points are. 9, draws the foul. It's a foul 1 with a question mark. Fouls me on the guard. That's Allen Level. Second team foul non-shooter. Celtics continue their onslaught here. Let's see. Maxwell. Can they stop him? 7 draws another foul. That's on Rudy T. And that's his first. This time it's a 2-shot foul. Maxwell to the line. That's a 7, good. And a 10, no good. All right, Maxwell. Rebounding missed free throws. 9, that's going to be Moses. Moses not grabbing that many boards. I'd say that's 1, 2, 3 rebounds. 25-18. Trigger man Moses over Cowens. 12. Foul Dave. That's his second. Second team foul. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Rudy T over Bird. 6. That's a pass. Guard. He's not quadruple A. Murph drills it. Calvin Murphy. They're missing 4 in a row. 25-20. Assist Rick Barry. Barry is 1 for 2 with 4 assists. Playing that point forward type slot. Alternate trigger man. Tiny. Tiny's trying to go up against Little Murph. 7 basket on Murphy's card. Tiny scores. He's 3 for 3. 27-20. Assist, guess who? Dave Cowens. He's assist number 7 in the period. He is... I probably should take him out. He has 2 fouls, but he's passing the ball so well. Moses, 3. Basket 3 to 5. 5, it's good. Moses Malone's on fire. 14 for Mo, 27-22, and Rick Barry assisting on the other end of the play. All right. Celtics forward, double A. No, he's just a single A. Larry bombs 4. No, he doesn't. He passes. Strong forward going into Max. 8, and he missed. Maxwell misses his first field goal attempt. Celtics still hitting 57%. Rockets 57.9. Rebound Barry. Down the right lane. That's going to be the Rockets. A 9. Playmaker RG. Here goes Allen Level. 10. No good. Little gap there on the RG column. Rebound's going to head into the other regular forward. That's Cedric Maxwell. Left lane, Celtics. 4. That's no outlet. So 27-22. Alternate triggerman. Archibald. Tiny on the drive. Passes it. Alternate triggerman. Tiny on the drive. You might get an extra pass here if it gets another. But that's a 5. That's a basket. Tiny Archibald having a game. 0 assists. But 8 points on 4 for 4 shooting. Rockets need to keep pace. Triggerman. Big Mo. 8. No good. Cowan's trying to avoid foul number 3. Rebound Maxwell. I'm going to play Cowan safe. We're down to 32 seconds. Gives it the forward, Class A or higher. It's Larry Bird, 2-12, so he's bombing a 3. 7, it's good. Another 3-pointer. Larry Joe Bird. My goodness, assist who? Dave Cowens. 8 assists in the quarter for Cowens. What an odd stat. 8 center assists. That usually does not happen. Murphy over Archibald. 7 is good. They are having trouble keeping up with the hot shooting Celtics. And Rick Barry has just got his 6th assist of the quarter. My goodness. 32-24. Barry. Bird guarding him. Bird over Barry. 7, no good. 11 points for Larry. Tip chart. And that's a 4. That's me a tip in. Tip in. Offensive forward. Larry Bird tips in his own miss. And the Celtics go up by 10. A little worried this may turn out to be a blowout. Moses Malone on Cowan. 7. Asterisk, but he's playing safe, so Moses just easily scores on Dave. And Rick Barry gets his 7th assist of the quarter. This is nuts. 34-26 at the horn. Tiny Archibald. 7, no good. And that will end the period. Celtics shoot 57.7 from the floor and lead the game 34-26 at Houston. Larry's 5 for 9. He's gunning. He's made 2 3-pointers. Dave Cowan's just 1 for 5. Nate Archibald 4 for 5. Maxwell 4 for 5. For the Rockets, Moses 8 for 10, which is really a dominating start, despite the fact he only has 3 boards. Barry's 1 for 2, but 7 assists. Calvin Murphy 3 for 7, but very little production from much of the rest of the crew. Rudy T did not take a shot in 6 minutes of play, and Allen Level 0 for 1. So Rockets will have the ball to start the second quarter, and that is quarter 1 in the books. All right, second quarter, Rockets ball. We've made some changes, of course. Most notably, we've put in a couple of very good backups for Boston, including M.L. Carr, who authored this book back in these after his Celtic days were over. And I got this one. I've shown this before. I think I got it in Massachusetts, I believe, and a very small old school bookstore for $5. And most people remember ML as a towel waver. So there's ML. I can't wait to read this one. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to read, but this should be a good one. He also played in the American Basketball Association, so that makes me an instant fan of ML Carr. So there's him, and there's also Pistol Pete Maravich, who I recently played a 1980 Jazz game when I played some as-played lineups, and Pete had a terrible game, but he ended up the season with the Celtics. His final season, once again, that overlap. I was talking about Rick Barry and Bird overlapping here. This is Pistol Pete and Bird playing in the same lineup at the same time. Pistol is going to be See where these asterisks are on the second half of the second quarter. It means replace with Maravich as alternate triggerman for the last 26 games. I'm going to assume we're in the last 26 games. I'm going to give Pistol the ball, and he shot the ball really well. This is a combined card, so I think he's 10 for 15 from three-point land for the season, so that's 67%. We'll see if he gets one off. He could do it with just a Class A 2-12, so there is a chance he could make it, but a lot of his have a P in that three-point column, which could just turn that into a regular pattern play shot. And we'll see how that goes. But the Rockets need to maintain the offense. I've got Mike Dunleavy, Sr., in the lineup, Alan Level, Rudy T., Moses Malone, and Robert Reed, who had a really, really breakout year, as I mentioned earlier. We'll see how this goes. Center defense, Rick Roby in the game. And the defensive card of Roby, 2, turnover 3-second violation, Moses Malone. And so, turnover number 3 for Boston. It's been a pretty clean game. Turnovers 3-2. Rockets lead center defense. Back at him. Roby over Malone. That's an 8. No good. Rebound, Larry Joe Bird. And he's going to go up on his RG column. What do we get? 6. Good, and a foul. Larry Bird doing his thing. Does not play like a rookie. Wish the Blazers would have picked him. He was picked the year before he was eligible. And the foul is on a question mark, so it's an 8. That's the guard. Mike Dunleavy with the foul. Larry's making this game tough for the Rockets. 1 free throw. 5, it's good. So Larry, having just kind of an average Larry Joe Bird game. 6 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the arc is included in that 6 for 10. 2 free throws, 16 points in 12 minutes of play. He's in for a big day. Can only do so much with the superstars of the league. Here comes the strong forward, double A. No, he's a single A. Rudy T trying to get back some points here. 6, no good. First shot for Tomjanovich. It was very strange he did not get one off earlier, even though he was the trigger man. Rebounded by Roby, but that's the way the ball bounces. That's the way the game is played. Fast break, left lane. Here comes the Celtics. 4. That's no outlet pass. Fast break just wasn't, the pace just wasn't as high. I'm guessing Jim Mickey must have built that into that fast break card. ML Carr over Rudy T. 2. Turnover steal. Turnover Carr. Rudy T, 31 years old with the steal. Hands it over the trigger man. And that's Moses Malone for 3 minutes. And Moses says 10. Basket Moses Malone. Keeping them in shouting distance. Robert Reed with the assist. For Moses, he is now 9 for 11. He does have 3 turnovers, but matter of fact, he's got all 3 turnovers for the Rockets, but he was known as a turnover guy. He did get the ball quite a bit, so Triggerman defense, Bird over Reed. That's an Ocho. Foul, Robert Reed trying to defend him. Larry's going to go back to the free throw line. 8 good. 7 good. Larry's having a fantastic start. 39-28. Ball goes to the forward. No three-point attempt. Robert Reed, 6. No good. Rebounded by Alan Level. Goes up with the shot. He's got it over Henderson. Backs in, 6. Scores fouled. Alan Level, 2 points. Foul is on the power forward, Larry Joe. That's his first. Not a lot of fouls in this game. 3 only for the Celtics. 6 for the Rockets. Very low fouls. Level. Good. $39-31. Celtics Bird. Class A. Yes, 2-12. He's going to fire another three-point attempt. No good. He's human. after all. Rebound. Defensive forward, Tom Jonovich, right lane. Rudy T. Right lane, 8. Forward RG, Reed. 5. Assist, Robert Reed. Dishing on the fast break. 39-33. Point guard, Allen Level for 2. 39-33. Ball goes to the triggerman. Larry won't stop shooting. Draws the foul. 2 shots for Larry Bird. It's going to be on Moses. 2 on Moses Malone. He doesn't foul out of games, though. Here comes Larry. 6. It's a miss. Larry Bird, maybe he's getting tired. 4. He's got it. 40-33, Boston. Strong forward Rudy. Is he class? Nope. P column. 4. No good. Rudy T. Rebounded by Bird. What does Bird not do? Fast break right lane. 9. Guard RG. Here's the pistol on the break. 4. Offensive foul. Pistol Pete. First foul on Maravich, and the Rockets get a break. Forward defense. Reed over ML. Steals champion. Fouls him. 1979 Steals champion in Detroit. Good pickup by the Celts. Reed, 6, no. 5, no. Missed them both. Robert Reed. Rebounding, missed free throws. 7, that's the center. Roby. Second-year man. Gets it to the forward. ML Carr. Nope. P column. ML Carr. 3. Charging. ML with 2 quick fouls. Ball goes to Reed. Shoots. 9. No good. Reed having a tough shooting start. Rebound, Roby. Down the left side, it's an 8, no outlet pass. Ball goes into the hand of the point guard. That's Gerald. Single A, okay. P column, Henderson. 8, no good. Rebound, Dunleavy. Left lane. 6, no outlet. Ball goes to the guard. Dunleavy. Nope. P column. 7. Assist, Mike Dunleavy. 40-35. Basket to Robert Reed. He needed the help. Ball goes alternate triggerman defense. Down to 5 points. Roby over Moses. 4. Got it. Roby puts it in. 42-35. Triggerman. Second 3 minutes is Robert Reed. P column. 4. Good. Reed hits 2 in a row. 42-37. Back to the center. Roby goes in. 7, no good. Rebound offensive forward, 2 dice. Against who? Moses. So he's got a 15. He's got an 8. So I need more than a 7. Because ties go to the home team. And a 15-15. Moses gets the victory on that one. Ball goes to the playmaker. That's Allen Level. He's a single A. P column. 6. Steal. Turnover Level. Steal by Gerald. Hands the ball to the strong forward. Who's that? Larry Bird. He's not double A, though. 5 misfires. Larry Bird, no good. Rebound. Rudy T. Fast break left lane. 7, no outlet. Pass. Alternate. Allen Level. That's a 10. That's no good on his P column. Level is 2 for 3, or 2 for 4. Rebound. Offensive strong forward, 12. Defensive center, 13. Roby with the board. 4 rebounds for Roby. Ball goes to NL Carr. And that's a 6. No good. Teams are cooling down shooting-wise. Celtics down to 50% exactly. Rebound, center and forward battle. Rebound, Rudy T. Ball goes to the playmaker. He's not a double A. P column for level 6, another steal. Turnover level, another steal by Henderson. Frustrating Coach Harris. They can't seem to get closer to 42-37. 5-point game. Guard defense. 12 steal by Dunleavy from Maravich. A lot of turnovers this period. Steal by Mike. Gets the ball to the guard. He is an A, so I got to roll. If he's 4-6, he shoots a 3. Nope. P column, Dunleavy, 9. Steal back by Maravich. It's a steal fest. Pistol Pete. Goes into Robes. Roby, 2. Assist, Rick Roby. Not known for his passing skills, but the centers are just getting assists. Basket to Gerald Henderson, the youngster, the rookie. And it's 44-37. Center, Big Mo. 9 draws the foul. Point guard, Gerald Henderson. That's the 3rd team foul. 2 shots, Moses. 4 good. 8 good. Moses makes them both. 44-39, still within 5. Forward defense. ML Carr scores on Rudy T. 46-39, no assist. Pistol was shooting in 1980. He did not pass as much as usual. Alternate, worked 5:52. Murphy, Bradley. Well, let's just go with the Allen Level because it's close enough to that 6 minutes since it's not going to be any of the other players. Defender's card 7, no good by Allen Level. Struggling a bit today. To a good little start. Rebound, Robert Reed. Halfway through the quarter. All right, 6 minutes to play, first half. What I'm finding about this Celtics bench, team won 61 games, but boy, I really am amazed that they did. I mean, Larry Bird obviously makes all the difference in the world. And I'm looking at their bench, and I'm going, okay, they picked up Pistol Pete late in the year, so they have an extra guard here. But, well, I keep looking, and I find, guys that I can't play because I've got young Gerald Henderson. I got Don Chaney, the veteran guard. I've got Jeff Judkins, another young guard that's a decent player. But I've also got, starters Chris Ford and Nate Archibald. So I've got 6 guards on the Celtics. And that does not include ML Carr, who can switch down to a guard as well. But what does that leave me for big men? Well, it leaves me Rick Roby, who played 24 minutes a game, I realized. ML Carr, these 2 guys are the mainstays. And Eric Ferguson played 56 games, so I'm going to give him about 3 minutes of action. It has Dave Cowens in the Triggerman summary for the final 2 minutes, and the backup is Fernston, because Cowens did miss a few games. I think he played 68 games in his final year. But I'm looking at this team, and this was a Celtics team that after they swept the Rockets got beat 4-1 by the 76ers, and I can kind of see why. There's a little lack of big men, like another center or someone they need to, or power forward they need as a backup or something. They'll eventually get that. They'll more than make up for that by acquiring Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale in a draft day deal. And the rest is history for Boston. But, boy, this team's just amazing. 61-win team. This is reminding me very reminiscent of the 1976 ABA's New York Nets. I look at their 57-58 win team, and I'm going, well, there's Dr. J and Brian Taylor for 54 games, but there's not a lot in that on paper there. There's more to these tabletop games, I guess, than statistics. And so you kind of make up for those type of things by bumping up a defensive rating here and giving him an extra assist there. I don't know how they made this Celtics team, but they are very good. The starting lineup is about as solid as you're going to get in the league. So I guess that'll give you 61 wins in many cases, depending on the season. So the Rockets, on the other side, I just took out Moses for his little 6-minute stint. Billy Pultz will play his natural center position, the Whopper. And Robert Reed's going to play a little forward against Fernston for a few minutes. And a little Calvin Murphy's going to be putting in some offense. We'll see if Rick Barry, who's listed as the trigger man, will get the ball, and maybe he can put in some points. They're down by just 7. And we'll see if this game can stay reasonably close, because the Celtics are a pretty good team, although this depth factor, it's just very interesting to me. I want to see if Pistol Pete's going to do some damage in his final swan song in Boston. So here comes Houston, and that's an alternate triggerman. That's Calvin Murphy's P column, and he goes up 7, no good. Rebound, defensive forward, that's M.L. Carr. Left lane, and that's a 4. That's a no outlet pass. I'm really slowing it down. Whoops. Wrong card. Playmaker, P column. Gerald Henderson, and that's a 9. Turnover steal by Murphy. A lot more turnovers in this quarter. Murph with the steal. Back to Dunleavy. And that's a 4, draws the foul. That's going to be the power forward, Eric Fernston. Welcome to the game, Eric Fernston. He's in the scorebook. 2 shots, Mike Dunleavy, and that's a 6. Yes. And a 5, good. This is a good foul shooting Rockets team, I will say that. Once you get Rick Barry and Calvin Murphy, 2 of the greatest foul shooters ever. Combine them with Dunleavy. I think in 79, I believe, they had 4 guys in the league leaders, top 10 in foul shooting, with Mike Newland combining with Dunleavy, Murphy, and Barry, which is just phenomenal. I think it's happened more than once, but that's one of the few times that get that many players in the top 10. You'll need those guys in the clutch moments. Fernston over Reed. And that's a 6. Steal by Reed. Turnover, Fernston. Tough start for Fernston. Reed swipes that ball, and it says FBOML. We haven't had one of those. I think we barely had any steals. What is the steals right now? 5-3. But none of them, a lot of them are just on offensive cards. Middle lane, 2. Playmaker RG Dunleavy's taken to the rack. 10 assist. Great play by Dunleavy. And the Rockets are within 3. Points go to Calvin Murphy. 8 points for little Calvin Murphy. Ball goes to the playmaker. He's not a quadruple A. And Gerald Henderson, no good. Always liked Gerald. He was a very good, very dependable player. And his son was pretty decent as well. Rebound by Roby. He gets 2 extra dice. Let's just do that. 5 plus 18, 23-15. Celtics keep it alive. Alternate trigger man. That's going to be Pistol. Pistol's going. 6. He scores. Pistol. Pete Maravich. They're like, give me the ball, coach. 48-43. Pistol's first shot of the game. He's been in the whole second quarter. Forward defense. Barry over Carr. 9. I'm not using height advantage right now. It would be a basket, but I'm not going to worry about that. Over Roby. 6. That's a pass. If he was 2 inches taller, and he is, then you kind of have an automatic basket award. I'm not playing that rule this game. Barry over Carr again. 9. Taller 2. Once again. 12. No good. Could have given Barry a couple baskets there, but that's all right. Rebound tip chart. Maybe you'll get a good break here. 7, nope. Team rebound goes to Celtics. Yeah, that's an interesting thing to use, but I don't want to, I don't want Murphy to score on Maravich and all these little matchups and things. We're shooting a high enough percentage as is. I always like the fact I've got them reasonably close in the height matchups. Ball goes to Carr, P column, and that's an 11. That's an assist. ML Carr. It'll all balance out. Basket goes to Rick Roby. Strong forward defense. Reed over Fernston. 5. Blocked by Fernston. That's how you make your presence felt. Celtics get a 4. Rockets get a 6. So offensive forward rebounds. Rick Barry gets a rare offensive rebound. Goes the trigger man. That's Barry. 6, no good. Rebound. Teammates battle. And that's going to be ML Carr. And this type of a rebound card battle between teammates, it's basically to give the benefit of the doubt to a small forward who may be a pretty good rebounder and won't get as many looks with the normal forward card. This is kind of an update. And that helps a guy like ML Carr, who's actually got a higher rating than Fernston. Ball goes to Robes. And that's an 8. Good. Rick Roby scores. Celtics bounce right back. 52-43. Was down to 3. Triggerman defense. Barry guarded by Carr. 5 steal. Rick is having his troubles with ML Carr. Goes the alternate Triggerman. Pistol. 6. He hits again. And the Celtics making a little run without Moses Malone in the lineup for Houston. Here comes Reed over Fernston. 11. Steal by Fernston. Boy, these average defenders are kicking some butt. Steal by Fernston. He's got a block and a steal now. Of course, ML Carr, a good defensive player. Alternate trigger man. Pistol. 5, no good. Miss by Pistol. Rockets need a little break here. Strong forwards battle. I need a 3 for Reed or more. Nope. Fernston showing his guts. Offensive rebound. Maybe I'll keep him in. Cowens has 2 fouls. Let's keep Fernston in the game. I'm going to change that right now. I had it programmed, but I'm kind of liking right now. Well, who's the backup? Fernston. So Fernston's actually just going to get the ball. I'm going to give it to him. If Cowens didn't have 2 fouls, I wouldn't do that. I just might as well keep them. They're playing well. Guard. Pistol. 4. Basket 6-8. And it's good. Pistol Pete. Doing the job. 56-43. Things are going a little bit haywire for Houston. Alternate trigger man. That is going to be Calvin Murphy over Pistol. Misfires. Boy, the defense is really locked down. Rebound, Robert Reed. They needed a break. They still need a break. They need someone to put the ball in the hoop. 10. Offensive foul, Robert Reed. What a fumble right here at the end of the second period for Houston. Strong forward defense. Fernston over Reed. That's an 8. Another foul on Robert Reed. Just not in sync. That's the 14th foul. 2 shots for Fernston. 10. Miss. 3. Good. So Fernston will hit 1. It's a 14-point lead. (57-43). Ball goes to Reed. And it's a 5. It's good. Robert Reed finally snaps the spell. 57-45. Still time. Here comes Fernston at strong forward. 12. Assist. Eric Fernston has turned it on. Little used Eric Fernston gives the ball to Roby for the slam. And it is now 8 points for Roby, 59-45. No Larry Bird, doesn't matter. Robert Reed again, 10. Assist! Robert Reed finally waking up. Basket goes to the power forward center, Billy the Whopper Paltz. It's 59-47. Strong forward Fernston, 8, no good. Fernston is not Larry Bird. Rebounded by Barry. They need Barry to score. That's a 5. Strong forward defender's card. Fernston on its way. Good! Reed on the break. Quick basket. Best fast break in tabletop basketball. Fast break. That's why it's named fast break. Strong forward. Fernston 6, no good. Reed. That goes to... Paul sees a 3 or more. He's got it. The Whopper climbs the golden ladder. Left lane, 7, holds it up. Playmaker. He's just a 1. Here comes Dunleavy. 3. Charging on Dunleavy. The turnovers continue to mount in this period. Alternate trigger man. Let's see. Pistol over Dunleavy. 8. Over Paltz. 3. Steal. Turnover. I keep getting them. Paltz with a steal. Hands it off to Barry. Barry's going up. 8. Assist. Rick Barry with another assist. 59-51. A little burst here by the Rockets as Calvin Murphy gets into double digits. 24 seconds to go in the period. Murphy guarding, or Dunleavy guarding Maravich, and it's good. Pistol Pete. Can't be stopped now. He's got 8 points, 4 of 5 shooting. 61-51. Assist Fernston, who's had a mostly productive stint. Guard Murph. No. Murphy needed to hit that one. See what happens in the final seconds here. 2 dice. Yes. ML Carr gets the rebound. Battle of teammates. Don't think there's any other game that has the battle of teammates rebound. Roby, 10, draws the foul on Paltz. Roby's going to go up for 2 free throws. 3 to make 2. 15 foul. Not a good foul shooter, but we'll see what he does. 5 good. Roby, 7. It's good. 63-51. Rick Roby with double-digit points. He does average 11.5, just like Pistol. At the buzzer, Barry over Carr. 11 draws the foul. 15 foul. So Rick gets 2 free throws. After all, no time showing on the clock. Let's just be so darn confident Rick's going to make these. Yes. Yes, he makes them both. I knew it all the way. And at halftime, the Celtics lead the Rockets 63-53, leading scorers in the game. 19 for Bird in 18 minutes. 6 of 12, 2 of 3 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line. Give him 6 rebounds, no assists. All those assists are going to Cowens, who has 8 in 12 minutes. Pistol Pete had 8 points in 12 minutes. Rick Roby, 10 points, 5 rebounds in 12 minutes. Rockets led by Moses, 20 points in 18 minutes. He's going to be playing almost the entire second half. 10 points for Calvin Murphy. And assist leader is Rick Barry with 8. Robert Reed did finally get untracked and does have 8 points. Halftime, Rockets trail by 10 to the Celtics.